Hello there, I hope you're well. This is Nicole M. Louie, the Social Worker Strategy Mentor, and today I'm talking to you about 3 ways that you can prioritize you so that you're actually managing your health as a social worker. As you can see, I'm in a different location, so I hope you can hear me okay. But the reason why I'm doing this topic is because many social workers that I speak to, and you've heard me say this time and again, have sometimes serious health problems, and health problems that are maybe they've kind of got used to, they haven't really paid attention to, and things have eventually got worse and exasperated. And so they're kind of in a place sometimes where now they're not in a place to continue work, or they need a significant break, or whatever the case may be. And so I've been talking to social workers that are in that season. And as you know, health is like a topic that is close to my heart, because I also have some health things that I'm working on. And so I want to share with you 3 ways that you can prioritize you, because one of the main reasons why social workers struggle with their health is because they are not prioritizing themselves. They are working long hours, working way over the hours they ought, and putting themselves on a back burner. And so we want to really address this. And I want to share with you these 3 ways that are really helpful. So if this is a topic that's of interest to you, I want you to absolutely stay tuned and, comment, engage, and tag a social worker that you know and share this with them as well. So I'm going to get into it. The first thing that is going to be important for you to prioritize you is being able to make decisions that serve you. So you've got to be clear about what you need, what you want. And this is particularly pertaining to health. There are going to be other needs that we have, but I want you to think specifically around your health. This is a moment and a time that you can take to really think about you and not bury your head in the sand, not avoid what's important for you to be thinking about right now. For some of you, you're going to have that niggling pain that you've been experiencing, the headaches, the feeling low, whatever it might be, and you've kind of been brushing it under the carpet and avoiding it and not really thinking about it because you don't want to say to yourself, oh my God, there's something new that I have to deal with. And so I want you to really take this moment to really invest in yourself and think about this. Take the time to think about this and get a notepad and pen if you have to, and write it down. What are some of the physical symptoms you may be experiencing? What are some of the emotional symptoms you may be feeling? And what about some of the psychological things that you are experiencing? And whether or not it's work related or just related to family situation, whatever it may be, I just want you to get real with it and be honest about it, because you then have to make decisions that serve you. So you need to make for each one, whatever the issue is, I want you to be thinking about how you actually need to address it. What needs to happen? Where do you want to get to? This is where you are right now, and what do you want to happen as a result? And so then you need to think about making a decision that's going to serve you. So for some of you, it might be taking some time off, which means losing out on some money if you're agency worker. For some of you, it might be cutting ties with particular people or actually implementing boundaries. For some of you, it might be going to do some talking therapy or seeking counseling support. For some of you, it might be speaking to your manager and saying, I can't take any more cases. Whatever it is, I want you to make a note of it and put it down. And you have to make this decision, right? And promise yourself that this is something that you're going to implement. So that's the first thing. The other thing that you can do to prioritize is self-advocate. Now, this does feed into the first one a bit, depending on what it is, but I'm putting this as something separate because I feel like as social workers is something, you've heard me say this many times, it's something that we, social workers don't do for themselves. They don't advocate very well for themselves. And so that is something that I want you to get into the practice of. And whether that's at work or whether that's in your personal life, whether that's with friends, family, whoever it may be, I just want you to start self-advocating. And in order to do that, you have to know what you need, and you need to be willing to make those decisions and implement boundaries. So I think I've done a live stream about boundaries before, so you can scroll and search and look for that. And if you want an easy way to find it, you're probably best to go to the YouTube channel. You could put Nicole M. Louie, Social Worker Strategy Mentor, and it will come up with the channel, and it will be in the ISW Launchpad playlist. So if you want to find that live stream easier, you're probably best find it there because it's categorized. So being able to advocate for yourself is going to be really important. And the third thing to prioritize you is having a plan. Now, again, these all kind of feed into each other, because if you've made a decision about how you're going to get from where you are to where you want to be, you've thought about what decision you need to make, but now you need to make a plan of how you're going to get there. And so for some of you, it may be having a conversation, a difficult conversation with somebody, and you might want to solicit the help of somebody that can support you emotionally, or somebody that you can try out what you're going to say with, or whatever it may be. But think about how you're going to get there. It might be going online and doing a Google search for something. It might be making some practical changes in your home, whatever it might be. That are the stepping stone to get you to where you need to be. I just want you to write those things down. These are the kind of things that I go through with my mentees when they might be stuck on a session. So I can think about one of my mentees. She turned up for one of the session. I can see, we always start with, how are you? How's your week been? And I could see instantly that it hadn't been a good week. And she was like everywhere and all over the place. And we had a conversation, and we didn't do anything that was planned for that session. And we just addressed what needed to be addressed there and then. And it meant that we had to just turn over the rug, sweep out everything, look at everything, come up with a plan, talk about self-advocacy. We spoke about boundaries and some practical things to actually implement immediately. And that's where we ended the session. And she left the session in a much healthier place emotionally and psychologically. But it meant that she was actually free to then be available for the work that needed to be done as she moved forward for the week and implementing things. So that's the kind of thing that we do in sessions. It's while we look at business, we look at you, and we look at your personal life, and we look at, because it's all merged together. When you start running your own business, you are the business. And so what happens for you personally and in other areas of your career absolutely impact your business. And so it's important that you learn the skills and the tools, and you're implementing those things from now. So by the time you are fully independent, you got this down packed, and you're able to pivot, move forward, and these sorts of things will not hold you back and stall you. So if this is something that you would like support with, where you would like to help to move forward into full independence, or even sidestep into semi-independence initially, then absolutely, let's jump on a call and think about how you were able to do that. So DM me the word launcher and let's get chatting. As you can see, I'm out, so I'm not going to prolong this conversation any longer, because now I have to jump on IG and do it all over again. So if you're there, join me on IG. Okay, speak to you soon.